Yes, what are your thoughts on Justice Pomerance's ruling today?
Well, it's mixed. I was very pleased with most of her ruling. I think it was very appropriate, and I think it was very reason that she slammed the Windsor police for how they conduct their strip searches in drug cases as a matter of routine, and have a very cavalier attitude on how they go about doing their business when it comes to invading the privacy in the most intimate way of having people forcibly take their clothes off, especially not keeping any records when they find nothing. And I was, equally disappointed with her conclusion that, that being said, they did not violate my client's rights under the circumstances. So I agree with her on part of the ruling, and I disagree with her on part of the ruling. I have recommended to my client that that be appealed. She obviously took a great deal of time. Her decision was quite lengthy, and she's a well-respected judge. So we'll see how the appellate court treats it. I'm assuming they'll take it very seriously, since it's a very serious matter, and since the Supreme Court decision in Golden, there's been very few cases about dealing with how police actually conduct themselves, and I'm assuming they may have words for the Windsor police as well.
She's actually suggested that there should be perhaps more training for police and even a change in Windsor police policy. What do you think about that, and will that affect other
Well, it may indeed affect other cases. I don't know. It's hard to say that Windsor police have a policy. As you heard, the evidence was that everybody said, well, there's no policy to do this, but we just sort of all end up doing the same thing, namely if it's drugs and it's crack and we can't find dope, off your clothes go. And then they don't keep any records of how many people, but I forget, I mean, we heard some interesting numbers between how many people that they arrested and how the percentage of how many of those were getting searched. You know, it was all estimates because there was no records, but I mean, it was a significant number of people. You know, and people don't go around, oh, what did you do last weekend? Well, I got strip searched by the Windsor police. You know, they found nothing and they let me go. I mean, they still have to live with that. But there's no record, so you don't. It's like it never happened. It's like the old Soviet Russia, why we just don't keep records, and so what do you mean that never happened?
Right. Her words were quite harsh, in your opinion.
Yes, they were, but appropriately so. I mean, they were measured, harsh but measured, and she especially took them to task for, we live in a democracy and not a police state, so the idea that you don't keep records like it never happened is